Welcome back to the Weekly now. British lawmakers gave Prime Minister Theresa May a Brexit bruising on Wednesday after voting to give Parliament the final say over any deal struck on leaving the EU. 11 rebels from within her own Conservative Party broke ranks to give MPs the power to veto any exit agreement.
A meaningful vote.
A meaningful vote.
A meaningful vote.
Article 50 has a deadline.
The date has been set. We are leaving at the end of March.
And when the deadline runs out, we leave.
Leaving the European Union.
We should say no.
Parliament's taking back control.
Extend the Article 50 deadline.
Before we leave the European Union.
Amendment 7 is flawed.
Is just muddying the waters.
Unproductive negotiations. To drag things out. Drag out the negotiations.
To delay Brexit.
For months and months and months.
Scrutinise what the government is doing.
Proper scrutiny.
This is not the moment to try and defeat the government.
Order!
It has been 18 months since the referendum saw 52% of voters choose to leave the European Union, although the poll also showed a sharp divide between Britain's regions which wanted to remain. But it was only in March this year that the government kicked off the exit process and the often strained negotiations with Brussels which followed. Opposition leader here, Jeremy Corbyn, said that MPs delivered a humiliating loss of authority for the government and that the power is now back in the hands of Parliament. That is despite the Prime Minister earlier claiming that the government's strategy was on track.
But there is, I believe, a new sense of optimism now in the talks, and I fully hope and expect that we will confirm the arrangements I have set out today in the European Council later this week.
Well, Theresa May might have secured a better result in the House of Commons had she not lost her party's majority in the snap election gamble earlier this year. She only managed to stay in power with a £1 billion deal to secure parliamentary support from MPs from the Northern Irish Democratic Unionist Party. Political writer Dan Glazebrook says Theresa May can no longer overlook the deep divisions within her own party.
It's a humiliation, and historically governments don't tend to last very long after they get defeated at the hands of their own backbenchers. I think it shows that the government is really up for grabs. It really demonstrates how insincere the Conservatives were in their promise that they would give a vote on the final deal to Parliament. Because if they were sincere, why would they be so determined, even at the risk of a parliamentary defeat, to resist making this into a legally binding commitment?